Hi, I'm Charlie. I'm from wateroutfitters.com. We're going to talk to you today about wakeboards and what you should know when you're looking at buying a new wakeboard. The main thing that you're going to want to start at is going to be the size of it. If you're under 100 pounds, if you're a kid or you're a teen or somebody that weighs less than 100 pounds, you're going to want to be on a board that's under 130 centimeters. If you're somebody that is 90 to 150 pounds, you're going to want to be on a board that's 130 to 134 centimeters. If you're somebody that is 130 to 180 pounds, you're going to want to be on a board that's 135 to 139 centimeters. And for people that are 170 to 250, you're going to want to be in the range of 140 to 144 centimeters. And if you're over 250 pounds, you're going to want to be on a board that's 145 centimeters or bigger. There's a couple different types of constructions of wakeboards. There's going to be the normal one that's going to be a fiberglass construction, or there's going to be a board that's made out of carbon. Your higher end boards are normally going to be a carbon fiber board, or they're going to be a fiberglass board that are going to have carbon fiber stringers on it that just stiffen the board up a little bit. It just gives you a little bit more feel for the board itself. And then what you're looking at on some of the wakeboards, they're going to have different bases on them. It's just going to be like a snowboard or a ski. There's going to be what they call a slider base. So if you're out in a wake park or you're doing rails and you're sliding on things, it's a base that will take more abuse, and it also has less friction on it, so you can put a wax on it, you can slide on the rail. And then the fins are the same way. They don't come to a point. They normally have a hard edge on them, a flat spot, so that if you hit a rail with the fin, it just keeps sliding and it doesn't break the fin off. They're just a little bit more durable, and it lets you keep sliding on them. With wakeboards, there's a bunch of different types of rockers, or there's different ways that the shapes of the wakeboards will go. The two main ones that you're going to end up seeing are going to be continuous or three-stage. With a continuous board, it's going to be a faster board because you're pushing less water, so it's going to flow into the board a little bit more. You're going to be able to carry more speed. So a continuous board or a continuous rocker, it'll be a faster board. And then the next type of board is going to be a three-stage rocker. It's going to be a slower board, but what it does is because it has a rocker and then it goes to 2 points where the board will start to tip up a little bit higher. It's normally somewhere in the tip region that it'll start to tip up a little bit early. What's nice about this is that because it's a higher tip on it, you can carry more speed further into the wake, which in the end gives you a higher pop, or it gives you a higher jump, so that you can have more hang time to do tricks or backflips or whatever you guys are working on that day. It just gives you more air time. There's a couple different types of fin setups on wakeboards. There's either molded fins or the removable fins that you can take out. The molded fins you're going to normally see on a little bit lower end or a mid-range board, and then removable fins you're going to see on a mid-range to an upper end board. What's nice about molded fins is that when they're on the outer edge, it gives you a little bit more stability, it tracks a little bit easier, and then it'll also let you edge the board easier. You'll turn it on its edge, the fin will still hold its edge, and you'll be able to carve the board just like a snowboard. And then with removable fins, they're either going to be towards the outer edge or they're going to be right in the center. You can do different depths of these fins. You can replace them with a deeper fin that's going to keep you tracking more, or you can replace them with a smaller fin that's going to have less track, which is going to let you spin the board easier, do wake slides, all sorts of stuff. Or you can pull them out all together and it's give you a real skate-like feel, so that you can go out and you'll do wake slides, or you'll be able to spin the board a lot easier on the surface of the water. One of the main parts of the boards too is going to be the edges of the board. You're either going to have a soft edge or you're going to have a hard bevel or a hard cut edge. A softer edge is going to give you more leniency. It's going to be for somebody that's a beginner or an intermediate. There's going to be more playroom for you. You'll put the board on its edge and it won't bite right away. So you'll be able to have you'll have a range where you'll have the board in limbo that won't bite and snap right away. So it gives you some room to get ready and get set up. And then there'll be boards that have a real sharp edge. And it's going to be the really responsive boards. They're going to be for a little bit higher end or a more experienced rider. And what that's going to be is you're going to take the board, you're going to put it on its edge. It's going to grab right away. The board will carve, the board will turn, and it's just a more responsive, snappy, quick turning board. And that's something that you're going to want to stay away from if you're a beginner, but for somebody that's an intermediate or an expert or just an advanced wakeboarder, that's a better board. Hope these facts are good for you on your wakeboard buying purchase from wateroutfitters.com.